You hatch inside a dark hole in a tree. You cannot fly, you cannot run, you cannot fight a snake, so your body begins producing something else. A smell, not a pleasant smell. Within days, a gland near the base of your tail will begin releasing a dark, foul-smelling secretion loaded with bacteria and antimicrobial chemicals. To a human nose, the odor has been compared with rotting meat. To the microbes trying to grow on your body, it is considerably less welcoming. And to anything thinking about pushing its face into your nest, the smell may be one more reason to reconsider the decision. You are a baby Eurasian hoopoe. For almost a month, you will grow inside a cavity where food, predators, siblings, waste, and parental care all have to pass through the same small entrance. There is no emergency exit, no clean nest lining, no spacious branch to escape onto. Only a dark chamber, a doorway above you, and one of the strangest chemical defenses used by any young bird. This is the story of how a baby hoopoe survives by smelling like rotten meat. Your story begins before you hatch. Your mother chooses a cavity. It may be inside an old tree, a wall, a pile of stones, or another enclosed space with an entrance narrow enough to offer protection. She does not build an elegant cup from grass. Hoopoes are cavity nesters. The hole is the nest. She lays one egg, then another, then another. A typical clutch may contain 6 to 8 eggs, sometimes more, but she does not wait until every egg has been laid before beginning incubation. She often starts with the first or second egg. Because another egg can be laid roughly each day, the chicks do not all hatch together. The oldest chick may be almost a week older than the youngest. Inside a nestling, 1 week can mean a larger body, a stronger neck, and better access to the next insect. You are somewhere in this queue. For about 16 or 17 days, your mother sits over the eggs. Your father does most of the food delivery. He searches open ground for insects and other small prey, returns to the cavity, and passes food to her. She incubates, he supplies. The arrangement continues as the first chicks begin hatching. Then your shell cracks. You push. A piece breaks away. Light appears. You emerge covered in soft down. Your legs are weak. Your wings are useless for flight. Your bill is tiny compared with the long curved tool you will eventually carry. Your mother is above you, an older sibling is beside you, another egg has not hatched yet. The family is arriving according to a schedule only the eggs understand. Your first survival problem is food. Your father lands at the entrance carrying an insect. Your mother takes it. Every chick reacts, heads rise, mouths open, you beg. The oldest chick reaches higher. Food disappears into its mouth. Another insect arrives later. This time, you manage to reach it. You swallow. For the first days, your mother rarely leaves. The male brings food to the nest and she distributes much of it among the young. This can give smaller chicks a chance because she can reach deeper into the cavity rather than feeding only the largest mouth nearest the entrance. You keep eating. Each insect becomes growth. Your legs strengthen, your bill lengthens. Then, around your 4th day of life, something peculiar begins happening near the base of your tail. Your uropygial gland starts producing a dark secretion. Most birds have a preen gland. They use its secretions while maintaining feathers. Hoopoe nestlings do something stranger. During the nesting period, the secretion becomes brown, strongly scented, and full of symbiotic bacteria. These bacteria help produce chemicals with antimicrobial effects. Scientists have found that compounds in these secretions can inhibit many bacteria. You are cultivating microscopic chemical assistance before you can even fly. The secretion has been compared with rotting meat, and the odor may also discourage predators, though its antimicrobial role is better supported scientifically. You are a helpless nestling with a chemical defense system attached to your backside. Nature has decided that if you cannot intimidate an intruder with size, perhaps you can begin with atmosphere. The secretion also makes sense because your nursery is not especially clean. Waste and nesting debris accumulate inside a warm cavity full of chicks. Your strange gland helps counter a problem created by your strange home. A dirty cavity provides protection from larger predators. The bacteria in your secretion help provide protection from smaller organisms you cannot even see. Then, around 6 days old, another defense becomes available. It is less chemical, more direct. Something scratches outside the cavity. Your mother freezes. The chicks become quiet. A head appears near the entrance. Perhaps it is a snake investigating the hole. Perhaps another nest predator. You cannot leave. You cannot fly. Running deeper into the cavity buys only a little distance. So you turn around, your tail lifts, and you fire. Young hoopoes can direct a stream of feces toward an intruder from about 6 days old. They can also hiss in a way that has been compared with a snake. The dark hole suddenly contains foul-smelling chicks making threatening noises and launching material no face has requested. The intruder pauses. Your siblings join the defense. Hissing fills the cavity. Another projectile follows. The predator withdraws from the entrance. You remain alive. It is not graceful. It is extremely memorable. Minutes later, everyone resumes begging for food. This is childhood inside a hoopoe nest. One moment you are being fed a beetle. The next you are participating in biological artillery. Days pass, more siblings hatch. Because the eggs were laid and incubated over several days, the newest chick is much smaller than the oldest. The size difference creates a hierarchy. When food becomes scarce, the youngest birds face the greatest risk. You therefore need two things at once: protection from predators outside, enough food before larger siblings take it inside. Your father works constantly. Hoopoes are mainly insect eaters. They search patches of open ground, probing and picking up beetles, larvae, crickets, and other invertebrates. One prey item arrives, then another. Your mother distributes them. The oldest chick begs. You beg harder. The smallest chick below you tries to raise its head. There is no shared bowl. Each delivery becomes a decision. Around the time the oldest chicks reach 8 to 10 days, your mother begins leaving the cavity more often. The first stage of constant brooding is ending. Now both parents can participate more directly in supplying the growing nest. This is useful because a cavity full of rapidly growing hoopoes requires repeated hunting trips. Your parents leave, return, leave again. A larva enters, a beetle, another insect. Food becomes muscle. The bare skin disappears beneath feathers. Your crest begins taking shape. Your wings lengthen. The curved bill becomes more recognizably hoopoe-like. The cavity does not become larger. This is a problem. When you were tiny, several siblings fit comfortably. Now every chick has wings, feet, bills, opinions. A parent appears at the entrance and the entire family moves upward. One sibling stands on another. You push between them. The insect disappears into another mouth. You slide back down. Growing up in a cavity is similar to living in a room that keeps shrinking even though the walls never move. You begin climbing toward the entrance between feedings. Your claws grip the rough surface, a little higher. Then you slide down. Try again. The entrance is brighter than the rest of your world. For the first time, you can see blue sky through it. A branch moves outside. Your father lands. The orange crest on his head rises. His wings carry bold black and white bars unlike anything inside the nest. One day, you will look like that. At the moment, you still smell like something that should probably be removed from a refrigerator. The strange secretion continues through much of your time in the nest. Breeding females and nestlings carry bacteria in these dark secretions with strong antimicrobial activity. Non-breeding birds produce a much paler, less odorous secretion. You are chemically dressed for childhood. Another predator approaches later in the season. This time, your mother is away. You hear movement outside. The chicks freeze. A shadow crosses the entrance. You move deeper. The smell inside is strong. Your siblings hiss. The animal pushes closer. You turn. It receives the same defensive message your first visitor did. Hiss. Waste. Bad smell. No hospitality. The entrance clears again. Not every predator would be stopped this way. No defense is perfect. Survival only requires enough layers that some threats fail. The cavity is one layer. Parental vigilance is another. Your odor may be another. Antimicrobial chemistry protects against infection. Hissing adds deception. Fecal spraying makes close inspection unpleasant, and growing quickly reduces the number of days you must remain trapped inside. By 3 weeks old, the difference is enormous. You no longer resemble the small downy chick that broke through the shell. Your body is feathered. Your wings are approaching useful size. The crest on your head is visible. You spend increasing amounts of time near the entrance. Outside is no longer simply where food comes from. It is where your future is. A parent lands on the ground below. You watch. Hoopoes feed differently from many cavity birds. Much of their food is found on or beneath the ground. Their long bills probe soil for insects and larvae. Soon, your survival will depend on learning to search for prey rather than opening your mouth when someone else arrives. But first, you must leave the cavity. Around the final days before fledging, the dark nesting secretion begins disappearing. The chemical system that suited a crowded cavity is no longer needed in quite the same way once you enter open air. Your feathers are nearly complete. Your wings now perform more than decorative flapping. You climb toward the entrance. Look out. Retreat. Your sibling tries. It retreats too. The problem is obvious. For your entire life, the cavity floor has always been beneath your feet. Outside the hole, there is suddenly no floor at all. At roughly 26 to 29 days old, Eurasian Hoopoe chicks normally fledge. The countdown reaches its end. Your father calls outside. You move to the entrance. Your claws grip the edge. The ground is farther away than you would prefer. There is no sensible way to test flight without eventually performing flight. You open your wings. Jump. For one moment, gravity appears to have won the argument. Then your wings catch air. You flap. Your body moves forward. Another beat. A low branch approaches. You aim for it. The landing is not elegant. Your feet grab. Your body swings. Your wings open again. Then you stabilize. The cavity is behind you. You have spent nearly a month growing inside one dark hole. Now the world continues in every direction. Your parents will still feed you for a short period after fledging while you improve at finding food yourself. You follow them across open ground. Your father stops. He probes the soil with his long bill, pulls out a larva. You watch, then you try. Your bill enters dirt. Nothing. Again, nothing. A third attempt finds something moving. You pull. A small insect appears. You swallow. The first meal you find yourself matters more than any smell. So how did you survive by smelling like rotten meat? The smell was only one part of the answer. You survived because your parents placed you inside a protected cavity and fed you while your body was unfinished. Your mother brooded the young during the most helpless stage. Your father kept food arriving. Later, both parents provisioned the growing brood. Your foul-smelling uropygial secretion carried bacteria that helped produce powerful antimicrobial compounds. That chemistry may also make you less appealing to some predators. When something entered the nest anyway, you had other options. Hiss, turn, fire. The smallest bird in the cavity could not overpower a snake. It could make entering the cavity a surprisingly unpleasant experience. And every day you survived converted food into feathers, muscle, and wings. Yes, it is strange to be a baby hoopoe. You hatch into a nest that becomes dirtier as you grow. Your siblings may be almost a week older than you. Your father delivers insects one at a time. Your body cultivates bacteria inside a gland near your tail. You smell like something has died nearby. At 6 days old, you can weaponize your own waste. Then, just before you leave, much of the strange smell begins to disappear. But there is beauty too. For weeks, the cavity protects a bird that cannot yet protect itself. The darkness hides you. The smell surrounds you. Your parents keep returning. Your feathers slowly replace down. One day, the small circle of light above you becomes large enough to fill your entire view. You climb towards it. The nest still smells like the strange nursery that kept you alive. Outside, the air does not. You open your wings. For the first time in your life, survival does not mean staying inside the hole. It means flying out of it.